YouTube, what's up? Doing an Instagram live today, all about gaining functional strength. Instagram, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to talk about gaining functional strength. I'm trying to catch up on these lives because I haven't done as many lately. Hopefully everybody's having an amazing day. Let me take some stuff out of my pockets here. Looks like we got a lot of people tuning in. How's it going, everybody? Today, the subject matter that I would love to talk about is gaining functional strength. There's such a significant disconnect between how most people train and how they think they're going to perform. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Okay, so first I'm going to chat a little bit about my experience in gaining functional strength. Obviously, that's something that I've been doing my entire life, right, with gymnastics. All the training that I do is with an end goal of being able to perform at the highest possible level for myself, right, on the world or Olympic stage. So my experience in gaining functional strength is very different than some other people that are training more recreationally. So I want to give you my background on that, then we can go to question and answer. So the significant differences that I see in gaining functional strength really comes down to a couple different components, those being a deload week and then heavy emphasis on recovery. A lot of people don't take a deload week, and I think that's really detrimental. Now, what a deload week is, it's a week in your training cycle where you reduce resistance, you reduce volume, take intensity down. The reason why that you do that is because you want to create supercompensation where your body is now actually stronger than it was when you started this training cycle, so you're able to perform at a higher level. So what that would look like is having a progressive build or progressive overload cycle of 4 weeks, something like that. On a week number 5, you can reduce that resistance. I like to increase volume in the very beginning, but reduce resistance, give the body a little bit of a break, and then have 2 to 3 days where we're almost completely off. We're just moving, doing range of motion, some cardio, different things like that. Then when you come back to the exercise, movement, or sport, then you have significant super compensation where you feel amazing. You're ready to go out there and compete at the highest level. That deload week is really important. The second piece of that is the recovery, and the recovery that I'm talking about is the nutrition aspect of all the training that we're doing. That's something that's really overlooked for people that don't train for performance or gaining functional strength. And what that nutrition needs to be is caloric surplus, or ingesting more calories than we're burning regularly. Now, if we need to maintain a lean body, that's okay. And the way that we're going to do that is doing some sort of carb cycling or some sort of cycling where we're intaking a smaller amount of calories on a regular basis and then having a period of 2 to 3 days where it's higher. Right, so those are my 2 tips for gaining functional strength and training to compete. I'm going to go all the questions on here right now, make sure that I can answer all your questions live. And then again, YouTube, if you have any questions that I'm not answering in this video about gaining functional strength, comment below. I'll check those comments and I'll answer you. Okay, Instagram, ask your questions now. I'm going to scroll up to see if we have any questions coming in. We don't have a lot of people on here at all. There's just a couple. So hopefully on YouTube we can check this video out a little bit later. Again, hopefully really beneficial. So I'm going to scroll up here, see if there's any questions coming in. Everybody ask your questions here. Here's a general one. Am I still competing? Right now I'm not, but that doesn't mean that door is completely closed. I'm not sure what the next couple of years will be. You're 53 years old and it's very difficult for you to lose weight. Could you give me some suggestions? Yes. So your balance is the same as everybody else's balance. How much energy you're expending against how much energy you're consuming. Now, what might be different for you at your age is you might be expending a little bit less because your resting metabolic rate might be lower. So if you're expending less, you need to ingest less, right? So if you're trying to lose weight, make sure that you're having a caloric deficiency on a daily basis, whatever that means. So maybe you're burning just a little bit at rest, increase caloric output with exercise, decrease input with intake. Hopefully that answers your questions. If it doesn't, I'll elaborate more. Just drop a comment in here. Am I thinking about doing 2020 Olympics? It's definitely a possibility. I'm not closing the door on that again, but we'll see. Right now I'm not competing. I'm enjoying just training people and coaching, building a community. I'm out here in LA right now having a blast. Let's see. How many times a week do I train mobility and flexibility? Every single day. I don't train without doing mobility. And how that relates to gaining functional strength, it's really important to have good mobility when you're trying to gain functional strength. I call it functional strength because it's strength that translates to a lot of different sports and activities. So YouTube, every time I reference functional strength, it should be something that you can use in other activities in your life. It's not just gaining strength in gymnastics or just gaining strength in weightlifting. It's gaining strength that's transferable to everywhere, right? So how I use that and how I use mobility in my daily workouts is I create range of motion, good, healthy range of motion, nothing that's too extreme, but something that can create good range of motion so my strength is complete, right? So if it's going to be some sort of strength where I'm pulling down, I'm having good shoulder mobility where I can come all the way back and create full range of motion. So mobility needs to be practiced every single day. How do you stay stable on protein shakes? I'm going to relate that back again to gaining functional strength. But the reason why people use protein shakes regularly is to have a consistent source of protein all the way throughout the day, right? Every 2 to 3 hours. Now, protein shakes are convenient. I don't think protein shakes are a better source of protein than real food. I don't at all, but I do think it's better to have a protein shake if you don't have food with you. So no, I don't think you should be living off of protein shakes. I don't think that just having protein shakes is going to make you perform better than having protein from a real food source. But if you're in a bind and you can't get a meal, it definitely helps. Do I divide my week between strength and hypertrophy, or do you work on both in the same workout? I think they're the same. I think they're absolutely the same. I think you need hypertrophy to create strength, right? And then it really comes down to making sure that your training regimen is structured around your goal. We need them both. We need to push our bodies past that limit every single time so our bodies can realize and then have the ability to do something it wasn't able to do before, right? That's the whole goal. So I think it's one and the same. Can I speak more slowly? Yes. Yes, I can. And again, if you have any comments, drop them below or on this YouTube video, and I can answer them personally for you. I want to begin working on my straddle press to handstand. Is mobility and flexibility necessary in the lower body, or is it shoulder mobility? It's definitely both. Any joints or body parts that are engaged or used in any kind of goal that anybody has out here, you need good range of motion, or at least good enough range of motion to complete the exercise where you're not compensating with strength. Because if you're compensating with strength, then you're going to get to a situation where you don't have good efficiency. When you don't have good efficiency, you're not able to do several repetitions of that exercise or combine that exercise with something else. So range of motion is huge. Cool. All right, YouTube, I'm going to answer a couple more questions live. For you specifically, drop your questions in the comments. I have a course coming out about gaining functional strength. I've been working on it for months. Hopefully it'll be done in the next 2 weeks. I've been saying that for a while, but keep your eye out because I've been working on it for a while. A lot of good stuff in there. I'm going to answer one more question. We don't have a lot coming through. One more good question, guys. Anything you have, ask me here. I'm going to relate it to gaining functional strength. That's today's topic. I see a lot of thumbs up and hearts. What do we got? Anything out there? I'll scroll up, see if I missed anything. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I think that's it. Okay, we got one. Do I have some site with all my suggestions? So the majority of my information is going to be on my Instagram, right? Obviously, you guys know that. I do have a YouTube channel, and I'm filming for that right now. You can check me out. Just type in my name, Brandon Wynn. You should see my channel pop up. I do a lot of informational stuff on there as well. And then my website is brandonwynnegym.com. But I'll answer a real question before we get out of here. Are machines necessary for gaining functional strength? No. Actually, it's the opposite. Machines actually stop you from gaining functional strength. Now, I don't want to have the operative word stop scare you from using machines. I do think that we can use machines and they can be beneficial. But if you're trying to gain strength for a specific goal, train that goal or do complementary strength training that's around that goal. If your goal is doing a planche and you know that your chest is activated in a planche, you're going to go on a chest press machine. No, I don't think that's the easiest way to learn a planche. I do think there's a lot of exercises that can help you learn a planche a lot quicker than using machine to build a muscle. That's a muscle that's complementary to the end goal. So what my suggestion would be for anybody out there that wants to gain functional strength, take your end goal, break it down into drills, make a training plan around the end goal as the seated center, most important thing that you're doing every single day. When you do that, you're able to gain strength that's going to help you in your goal. All right, Instagram, I'm signing off. YouTube, hopefully this was beneficial. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments. I'll see you guys soon. See you, YouTube.